tribal was pretty good for me. Sophie went home, keeps Roger in the game, who at the moment is probably my closest ally, and I think I have a foothold in this tribe. So at the moment, I'm in a very good position, and at the moment I feel like this is just an easy start to the game. It was an easy vote, but it puts me in a really good position, so I'm obviously over the moon at the moment. Hey guys, thanks for saving me. Nah, it's no problem. Yeah, we just kind of thought you were more reliable around camp. Hey Roger, can I talk to you? Sure. Last tribal, I was on the wrong side of the numbers. Now, normally that's a bad thing, but in this case it probably wasn't the worst thing, because no one really liked Sophie overall. And although I wanted Roger to go more, him being here is not a big problem for me. However, it could be a big problem in his eyes. If he figures out that like I voted for him and I wasn't telling the truth about it or something, then he'd probably get a bit pissed off and then want to target me. And I think people like him around here, so there's a real chance that he could be effective in trying to take me out. So I need to come clean and make sure that we don't get off on the wrong page. So I wanted to talk to you about the vote. What about it? Well, I'll come clean. I was the second person to vote for you. Oh, I see. But I don't want there to be any hard feelings between us. I mean, I will admit, at the moment, I thought you were the bigger threat, but I'm not angry that you're still here at all. I mean, let's just put that behind us. That's water under the bridge now. Yeah, I guess we need to keep walking along as a tribe. We can't get angry about these things. Laura tells me she voted for me, and while I respect your honesty, I don't know if I can work with her, because she was the only one out of the people remaining on this tribe to vote for me, and that's obviously not good. And obviously I want to work with the people who, you know, voted with me to take Sophie out. However, if we don't go to any more tribals and we get to a point like with a swap, maybe I can work with her there. But if we are to lose again, I think she has to go, because she's the only person on this tribe I can't fully trust. So obviously it's got to be between Roger and Laura if we are to lose again, but I'm leaning more towards Laura. She was the only person to vote for Roger other than Sophie. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning more to Roger. I mean, I understand your point of view, but Roger, yeah, he's gonna be a bit more of a threat socially. I mean, like, he hasn't done really connected with many people, but he's hard to dislike, isn't he? Yeah, I get that, but I just think we take out Laura. Well, I think we take out Roger. I think Roger's still got a good physical game and he's hard to dislike. Like I said, I think it's smarter to take him out. But I think that's smarter. So coming back from tribal, there seems to be a little bit of infighting between me, Ben and Tom. Well, I'm not really involved in these fights, I will admit, but Ben and Tom definitely are. They're kind of fighting for power over the alliance, it seems. Although it's kind of minor now, I do believe it will become more aggressive later on. Obviously, I'm in an alliance with Ben, and I do agree that Roger is a bit of a bigger threat overall. I mean, we know we try to save him, and we did do that. However, you know, I think going deep into this game with Roger is going to be dangerous. It just, in the moment, it seems better to take Sophie out. So I'm on Ben's side, obviously. However, it could be interesting to see how this all plays out, because at the moment, it seems like Ben and Tom are going to fight for power. In the moment, last tribal, it's made sense for me and Amanda to work with Tom and Roger to take Sophie out, but at the moment, this is a completely different round. And what Laura said last round is still valid. Roger is still going to be a big threat moving forward, and I don't mind taking him out. I will consider my options, because rational people do that. However, at the moment, I also don't want to have Tom feel like he's in control. I mean, technically, he didn't really come up with the idea to take Sophie out, but I feel like he's in a power-hungry position at the moment. He thinks he's leading this alliance, and, you know, I can't let him just take it. I can't let him to just fall on my throne and tell him, oh yeah, you just tell us what to do. There's got to be a point in this game where I'm going to have to stand up to him and say, hey, I'm going to take control here. And maybe it starts earlier rather than later. So this could be interesting here. Hey, Roger. Oh, hey, Tom. What do you want? Well, how are you feeling? Pretty good. I mean, obviously I'm still here, so that's a good feeling. Yeah, I'm just a bit worried. About what? About Ben. I think he wants to take power in the alliance. Oh, so you think he might change his mind? Yeah, he kind of wants to take you out, Really? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe he's trying to consider his options, I don't know. So we've got to be a little bit cautious about it. And I mean, if that's the case, I guess the only option we really have to do is to try and turn the vote on to Ben and try and get Laura to work with us. I see. I did have a word with her. Well, what did she say? She said she was still willing to work with me. Okay, that's a good sign then. Obviously, hearing that Ben wants to take me out is a little bit nerve-wracking, but at the same time, I kind of get it. Like, I understand Laura's point of view that she tried to make last tribal that I've heard about. She said I was untrustworthy. Well, not really untrustworthy, just a big threat to work forward with. And now Ben is kind of seen eye to eye with that idea. I get it, but it obviously is bad for me because I could be going home. So maybe I do now need to work with Laura and Tom to take Ben out if it comes down to it. And otherwise, if I don't, I could be on the target again. I could be on the chopping block and potentially going home. Hey, where did everyone go? No, they went out. Well, I guess you want to have a conversation then? Yeah, sure, why not? Keep my mind occupied. So, for a while, I've wanted Phil out. However, this morning, like, there was no one really around. So I just kind of thought, well, maybe I should have a conversation with Phil to see if I can see if he is a big threat or maybe not. And if he's not, maybe it's someone that I can potentially work with. So how's the game been? It's been pretty good. Pretty chilled back at the moment. I didn't expect to win the first challenge. I do say so myself, but we got a bit lucky. I don't really have any targets in mind. I mean, no one's really talked to me. And you're probably the first person I've had a genuine conversation with. Huh, interesting. So you're looking for allies? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think we should probably work together. I think we're the only people here with glasses. Ah, interesting detail there. Yeah, I guess we could work together. Makes sense. We could work well together, actually. I mean, no one's really going to see us working together. Well, yeah, good idea. I think that makes sense. So, me and Eva had a conversation and I was able to win my first ally. And it's not the first one I really expected to work with, especially when looking at it, I think Peter is closest to my age and maybe Ethan as well. But I get along with those boys, but they haven't really talked to me. And I'm in a much better position than I felt like I was at the beginning of the game. So yeah, I'm alright now. So I had a conversation with Phil and maybe he's a person I can genuinely work with. I mean, me and him, well, I've had a conversation with Madison. I think I can work with her. And if I can get in goods with Phil, I know I was looking to target him earlier on in the game, but maybe I can change an opinion. He might be a good person to work with, and the more allies you really have, the better off you are in this game. So if I can bring Phil into the alliance with me and Madison, we'll have a strong threat, I think, and that could be pretty strong in the aspects of this game, because at least we can tie a vote. Hey Madison. Hey Eva. Oh, hi Phil. Hey Madison. So I was talking to Phil and I was wondering if we should bring him into the alliance. Alright. I don't see why not. I mean, I suppose 2 is bigger than 3, isn't it? That's kind of what I was thinking. All we need is really one more and we can, you know, have a majority, whoever you had your eyes on. Well, no one yet. I'll just see what happens later, I guess. I mean, we haven't lost yet, so there's not much we need to do, is there? So I had a conversation with Eva, which is always fun, especially when she comes up and says, vote this person out, which is what I thought it was going to be. However, it wasn't anything like that. The person she intended to target, she's now wanting to work with. What? That doesn't make much sense to me. She's playing very odd, if that makes sense. I think it's odd because, well, she wanted somebody out and now she's wanting to work with them. She kind of seems like a loose cannon almost, and it seems pretty untrustworthy to me to work with her, because if she's going to be acting so dodgy, it makes it harder for me to work with her. So it just kind of further proves why I think working with Kelly is so much better. However, I will respect that she is kind of trying to change the game and her own game from the pretty, well, let me just say, pretty awkward start. Kelly, you won't believe it's really weird. What is it? Well, Eva now wants to work with Phil. Huh. So what do you make of this? Can that be good? Like, if you bring me into that alliance, could that be a 4? Well, certainly that's what I was thinking. That could be a smart idea. However, it kind of seems like she's playing a bit dodgy almost. I mean, she wanted to target Phil and now she wants to work with him, and that was a quick change. Yeah, I see what you mean. She's still playing very aggressively and overwhelming, you think? Yeah. And now she says, well, we got 3 people, now we only need 1 more and we've got a majority. I mean, let's be real here. Eventually we're gonna have to play aggressively, but it's a bit overwhelming to do it so quickly right off the bat, isn't it? Yeah, I see what you mean. So what do you think? Well, I presume we need to get Peter and Ethan on board to try and take her out, if that seems fit. Otherwise, we could just potentially work with her and Phil and take one of those 2 boys out. Yeah, but those 2 boys are probably our strongest members. Yeah, true, I guess that makes sense. Eva at the moment remains my biggest asset. The more she pushes Madison away with her overwhelming strategy and gameplay, the closer she gets to me. And the closer she gets to me, the better relationship I have with her, so the better our relationship becomes and the better our alliance becomes and the more things we can do together. So yeah, this is the way Eva's playing is actually helping me out a lot. However, it gives me options. It gives me and Madison especially options. We can work with the 2 boys or we can work with Phil and Eva. Now there's no saying that the 2 boys will work with us. Well, it seems pretty obviously that Eva wants to work with Madison and in turn she'll probably want to work with me. So that's a safe option. However, Madison wants to take out Eva because of her overwhelming gameplay, which I also understand. Hey Peter. Oh, hey Ethan. So what's the game been like for you? Pretty chill, if you ask me. No one's really talked to me. Yeah, no one's really talked to me yet either, so... I mean, well, I've talked to a few people, but you're the only person really I've really talked to like the most, so... Form an alliance? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Makes sense, right? I mean, we've talked to each other a lot. Might as well do it. I mean, this might be a bit overwhelming, but have you had your eyes on anybody? Honestly, yeah. I mean, Phil is a Harvard professor, and I just feel like taking him deep, he's obviously going to have some kind of wit to him. I mean, I know being a Harvard professor and playing this game is a lot different. However, he's still got that brain, so that could be dangerous. So it's been a while into this game, about 4 days actually, since we got here, and I haven't talked to anybody, formed an alliance with anybody, but Ethan's willing to do that with me. And it's great, because now I can suddenly start sharing my ideas with somebody and start really playing this game. So, if me and Ethan were looking to go deep into this game as a duo, that's honestly perfect. I told him about my idea and trying to take Phil out, he understands it, so there could be something there, and now all we need is 2 other people, and boom, we take Phil out. I like Peter, I like working with him. I think me and him are going to go deep in this game if we stick, well, together, and he's somebody who openly wants to play this game strategically, which is I want to do as well. So if we put our 2 minds together, and we are brain players, so if we put our 2 minds together, there's a lot we can do. Well done the challenge. Yeah, good work. Yeah, congratulations everybody. Day off, I guess. Winning is a good feeling, especially because it gives me time to drill the idea of taking out Ashley and Abby into Nick, Damien's and Tina's heads. So, a little bit of good coming from this. If we are to lose, hopefully I can get those 3 to vote out one of those 2 girls, because they did see me finding the idol, and in their defense, I shouldn't have been looking for the idol this early on, but I put myself into a bad position and I've got to fight my way out of it, and the best way of doing that is to take one of those 2 out. You guys, hey AJ. So, picking up where we left off at our last conversation, how are you guys going for, well, voting Abby and Ashley? I mean, it's a bit abrupt, so we're still thinking about it. Okay, that's fine. I'm just telling you, those 2 are working together, power duos, they make it a long way in this game, so I think, it's a bit dangerous keeping them around. Dude, I want this guy, AJ, to just shut up. We won the challenge, and I don't want to have all the strategy talk. It's starting to give me a migraine at this point. He keeps coming up to us saying, hey, you guys still voting for Abby and Ashley? And it's the same response each time. We'll think about it. I'm just kind of pissing me off really, because I wanted to have a chill time. We've won the challenge. Let's just conserve energy and stuff. We don't need to put in all the strategy talk. I've got 2 people with me who I trust. So if we are to lose, then I can start putting in strategic thinking. But at the moment, my mind in this game is purely about the survival base, because we don't need to do all the strategy at the moment. So yeah, I just kind of want to chill a bit. Okay, I will admit, I'm not the biggest AJ fan. Neither am I. Yeah, I understand that, but maybe as a point, like, duos in this game do go a long way. Well, like, yeah, I understand that. I think the reason why I'm not a fan of them is because of all the strategy talk. Well, I just don't trust them. Yeah, that too. I just feel like we should just chill a bit. We won the challenge, there's no need to go through all of this. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if we do lose, I mean, we take his idea into consideration, but I still think we need to have a talk to Abby and Ashley before we finalise an idea. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So, me, Nick, and Damien are getting a little bit skeptical of AJ. His strategy talk is a bit overbearing, and we don't trust him. However, we do come to the general consensus that maybe his theory is right. I mean, duos in this game do make it quite fun and are quite dangerous. However, we still need to talk to Abby and Ashley, because maybe they're better to work with. Because a 5 is always stronger than a 4, but if they're untrustworthy, that 5 might not work out. So I've been thinking about AJ's idol, and I think we need to finalise an idea. He was looking for it, and we saw him, so we either work with him by not telling anybody, or we tell people, and then we could potentially have a 5-person alliance. Oh yeah, if we tell Damien, Nick, and Tina we have a 5-person alliance, AJ goes out, we work as a 5, I guess. However, we'd be on the bottom of that alliance. Well, if we go AJ, it's 3v3 and we try and, like, scare somebody into flipping almost. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that is the better idea, but I still don't know if we can fully trust AJ. Like, I'm willing to work with him, however, how do we know he's not, like, running around trying to get those 3 to vote us out? Because why wouldn't he? Yeah, that makes sense. Those 3 haven't come up to talk to us at all, which makes me kind of skeptical of AJ's beaters to the punch. Well, should we just, like, go and talk to them anyway? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So for the last few days, me and Abby have been talking about what we do about AJ looking for the idol. And we can either go and tell Damien, Tina, and Nick, and get those 3 to vote AJ. It's a 5-person vote, pretty easy. Or we work with AJ and try and flip somebody to have a 4-person alliance and kind of control that group, which could be smarter. But the general thing is that we need to talk to those 3, because at the same time, we don't fully trust AJ, and there's a real good chance that AJ is already talking to those 3 about trying to take us out. We don't know that, but the idea is that those 3 haven't talked to us, so there's a real chance that actually could have happened. Hey, you 3. Oh, hey, you 2. What do you want? We wanted to talk to you. About what? Well, just about the game. Like, if it came to, like, a situation, would you, like, mind voting AJ if it came down to it? Maybe we wouldn't mind it. Yeah, like, I don't fully trust the dude, so yeah, we wouldn't mind doing that. Alright, cool, that's really all we needed to know. We don't want to put pressure on you right now, we haven't lost yet. But we just wondered if it came down to it, if you would do it. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, that's good, we have our options. Yeah, that's good. We can either work with AJ, try and flip one of them, have a 4v2, or just work with those 5, take AJ out. So, me and Ashley, I believe that we're in a very good position. We have options. We can work with AJ if he's willing to work with us and try and flip somebody, have a 4, or work with those 3 and take AJ out. It's a very good feeling knowing that we've got some options, and they're options that could potentially work, and it's good knowing that we're in a very powerful position, because if things go south, if it doesn't really work out working with AJ, we can really do the simple vote of taking them out unanimously.
Are you ready to get into your second immunity challenge? Yeah. Okay, for today's challenge, 3 members of each tribe will race out to collect pieces for a staircase. The other 2 members will then try to build a staircase that reaches this platform, and then all members of the tribe will race up to get on top of this platform. The first 2 tribes to do that will win immunity, safe from the vote. Losers, tribal council, where somebody will be the second person voted out of this game. Alright, give you guys a moment to strategize and we'll get started.
Okay, for the Brain tribe, we have Kelly, Ethan, and Peter going out to get the pieces, while Eva and Madison will be doing the staircase. Phil will be sitting out. As for the Beauty tribe, we have Abby, Damien, and Nick going out to get the pieces, while AJ and Ashley will be building. Tina will be sitting out. And as for the Brawn tribe, we have Amanda, Ben, and Tom going out to get the pieces, while Laura and Roger will be building the puzzle. We'll be building the staircase. Alright, survivors ready? Go! All three ladies are out. Amanda has a slight lead. Kelly has a lead over Abby, and the beauty tribe are in last place early on. Amanda has got her tribe's first piece and is bringing it back. Kelly is collecting her tribe's first piece. Meanwhile, Abby has not made it out. She needs to pick it up. Every tribe's first member is bringing back their tribe's first piece. Amanda seems to have the lead. Kelly and Abby are fighting out for second place, but Kelly still maintains that lead. Amanda brings back her tribe's first piece. The next member can go. Kelly has brought back her tribe's first piece. Abby is still coming back with her tribe's first piece. Meanwhile, Ben is out on the course and is making good progress. Damien and Peter are out on the course as Abby has brought back her tribe's first piece. Meanwhile, Ben is almost at his tribe's second piece. Ben is bringing back his tribe's second piece. Meanwhile, it's the race between Peter and Damien, but Damien has kind of closed that gap. Ben has his tribe's second piece. The next member can go. Damien and Peter are fighting it out now, but they're neck and neck. Damien has made up a lot of ground. Tom is out on the course for Brawn. Meanwhile, Damien and Peter are bringing back their tribe's second piece. In fact, Damien has brought back his tribe's second piece. Men and Beauty are now in second place. Tom bringing back the biggest piece for his tribe. Meanwhile, Nick is out on the course and he's flying through, and Ethan is now out on the course. Peter has made it to his block. Meanwhile, Nick is trying to close that gap between him and Tom, and he's doing it really well. Tom and Nick bring their last piece back at the same time. It's up to the builders now. Meanwhile, the Brain tribe are dead last. Ethan has brought back his tribe's final block, but they're going to have to hurry if they're going to catch Beauty or Brawn. Every tribe is working on their staircase, but it's still the Brain tribe and dead last. Both Brawn and Beauty have finished their staircase. They just need to get everybody up. But the Brain tribe are working quick to catch up. The Brain tribe have finished their puzzle, but they're going to have to hurry if they're going to catch up to the other two tribes. It's the Brawn tribe in first, followed up by the Beauty. And the Brain tribe are right on their tail now. It's still the Brain tribe in the lead with 3 people on the platform, while the Brawn and Beauty tribe are tied with 2. It's anybody's challenge at this point. And the Brawn tribe have 5 people up, meaning they win immunity, and they're not going back to tribal. But we're looking for second place. It's between Beauty and Brain are right there in this. Brain are almost there, but it's too late. The Beauty tribe win second place, meaning they also win immunity and are safe from the vote. Congratulations, Brawn tribe, no one going home from your tribe. And congratulations, Beauty, once again you win immunity, so no one's going home from your tribe. As for the Brain tribe, no immunity today. So I'll see you guys at Tribal Council, where somebody will be the second person voted out of this game. Alright, grab your stuff and back to camp. Brain tribe, I'll see you guys tonight. Winning is obviously a great feeling. We're not going back to tribal, which is obviously great. Hopefully this is a sign of good things to come. So yeah, I'm excited, I'm happy. So we just keep pushing forward. Yes, I'm a little bit annoyed that we lost. It was a sloppy performance, but I'm more angry about the fact that I wasn't selected to do the puzzle. I'm a Harvard professor. Why wouldn't you select someone like with my intellect to do that puzzle thing? It wasn't really a puzzle, it was more building a staircase, but still, I would have thought of a good strategy to help us win that, so yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed. But I can't show my anger, otherwise it will make me a target. So, are the 4 of us willing to work together? Yeah, I am. Sure. Who are we voting for? It's going to be between Peter and Ethan, and if we're going to need to win challenges, I mean, they're both our strongest people, so I guess we go with the strongest one. I think Ethan needs to stay, so I guess we need to get rid of Peter. I guess I'm fine with that. Sure. Alright, cool. Alright, so Peter it is. It probably doesn't make the most sense to take Peter or Ethan out, because they are our strongest members. However, it's just where the tribal lines are. They're not in the lines, they're easy targets. It makes sense to just stick with the numbers and take those 2 out. Hey, can we talk with you 2? Sure, why not? Are you guys a duo? Let me just asking. Yeah, I guess we are, I guess. So, yeah, that's what because me and Kelly are a duo, so we're wondering if we should, like, combine and take Eva out. Why Eva? Wouldn't it make more sense to take Phil out? He's a Harvard professor and he's probably our weakest in the tribe. Yeah, it makes sense, but Eva's strategy is very, like, when I say very, very overwhelming, I'm saying very overwhelming. Like, she came up to me on day one saying, I went up to her saying, I think since we've got this, like, medical kind of doctor kind of connection, maybe we should form an alliance. She said, yeah, cool, let's vote out Phil. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, very, very out of nowhere, very overwhelming, right? Yeah, I see what you mean. And so we just think, and then she came up to me the other day saying, hey, look, this is Phil, let's work with him. So she's loose cannon. Exactly my point. She wanted us four to take her out. I was thinking that because if she's going to be a loose cannon, it's a bit dangerous. Yeah, and I mean, like, overall, she might be a loose cannon, but I think she's pretty strategic as well, because she knows how to change her game. Yeah, that is a bit dangerous. So we went up to Ethan and Peter, and so now we try to get them to vote Eva, and I think they will do it, because I think those two are the strongest people on this tribe. I mean, they're not, like, physically strong compared to people like Nick or Tom from the other two tribes, but they're strong enough, so I think, and they're smart, so they probably would get with one of the weaker players. And I've given them, told them about Eva's very dedicated, ambitious approach to this game, and very loose cannon approach to this game, and how that could be dangerous moving forward. I mean, I like Eva, I could potentially work with her, but she's not good for my long-term game. And if I'm going to play this game long-term, I'd much rather have people like Nick and Ethan around over someone like Eva. What did you think of that? I'm still scratching my head. I mean, we haven't had a lot to do with them, but we haven't had a lot to do with Eva or Phil. So, I mean, I like their approach. It makes sense to take out Eva if they are telling the truth about her, and I wouldn't mind working with those two. Yeah, same, but I think we needed to have a conversation with Phil and Eva and see where they sit. Yeah, that makes sense. Just get points from both sides, and I guess that would make us swing votes. Interesting. If we can get the side from Eva and Phil and see who they're voting for, then maybe we could be swing votes. And so, yeah, it'll be pretty that'd be pretty interesting at the first tribal council. Obviously, we don't want to be swing votes every time, because that would put a massive target on our back that we don't need. However, you know, if you're not making your decision, if you're not putting yourself out there, at the end of the day, you shouldn't really win this game. So I'm fine with doing this. Hey, you two. Oh, hey guys. What do you want? Well, if you guys are voting for Kelly and Madison, who are you, like, voting between those two? Why would we be voting for those two? Well, those two are voting for you guys, aren't they? So who are you guys voting for? They're voting for us? I'm confused. You guys didn't know about this? No, I'm genuinely taken away by this. So I think the approach for me and Ethan was to go about that a little bit more subtle, but obviously didn't go very well. Obviously, Eva and Phil didn't know that Madison and Kelly were going to vote for them. Which now makes me think that those two were actually going to vote one of us out if they were thinking that Madison and Kelly were working with them. So, whoever really they say, that might come into consideration that they were probably actually going to vote for us. We're sorry, we had no idea. No, it's fine, actually. I prefer you guys to tell me this, because I was shocked that they're going to do that. Well, in that case, Madison, I guess? I mean, Kelly's stronger. Okay, well, I guess we'll think about it. Yeah, I'm shocked about this as well. But just to give you more context, Madison, probably the ringleader, that she actually set up the alliance between me, herself, Eva and Kelly, and now she's turning on it, so she's the biggest threat out of, well, this tribe at the moment, I see. I mean, that makes sense. So, I am shocked and appalled that Madison is going to flip on us. I mean, I don't understand why she would want to flip. She had a perfect alliance going with me, Phil, and Kelly, and now she's taking Kelly under her wing, and now she's going to flip on us. I mean, I will admit, maybe the approach of going up to her straight away, saying this is who I want to target, wasn't the smartest idea, but I've gone past that. I've understood that maybe trying to take out Phil earlier on in the game was a mistake, and I've now decided to make him my ally. So it doesn't really make sense for her to target me, I don't think. So yeah, I'm shocked by this. See, now I'm curious. Really? I'm not. I'm pretty fixed on what I want to do. I want to take out Eva. Really, because I want to take Madison because she set up that alliance and now she's turning on it straight away. Yeah, but overall, Madison and Kelly genuinely wanted to work with us. Well, the only reason why Eva and Phil want to work with us is now they're discovering that Madison is turning on them. Well, if we didn't tell them, they'd probably put our names down. True, I get your point. However, I think my point of, well, Madison turning on her alliance just after day 6, if we work with her, what's to say she won't do it to us? True, that's a point as well. So, me and Peter are the swing votes tonight, and we can go 2 ways. Take out Eva, which, yeah, could be smart because, well, she was targeting us anyway, and if we didn't tell her that Madison was targeting her, she'd probably put our names down anyway. Or we could go Madison, who set up that alliance and is just turned on them now, which also isn't good for our long-term game. So, yeah, I mean, the real thing is whoever we vote for, those are the two people we work with, and the 2 people we'll have to work with deep into this game, thinking about it. So, yeah, there's a lot writing on the line tonight. Welcome, Brain Tribe, to Tribal Council. So Kelly, you guys, well, came second in the first immunity challenge, so where did it go wrong? Well, I think the Brawn Tribe wanted it today, and well, the Beauty Tribe is always going to be tough to beat because they are physically strong, but the Brawn Tribe wanted it, I guess, more than us, so we just lost because we weren't ambitious enough, and that's just my view on it. So, Eva, do you feel a little bit worried because you were technically on the, well, the more important part, I guess you could say it, because puzzles are kind of the bottleneck part of that challenge. So do you think you kind of fumbled the ball there? Yeah, I guess you make a good point there, is that the staircase building part of that challenge was meant to, you know, bring the tribes to an even standstill, but it didn't really because they were always ahead of us, and I think me and Phil did really well to get our tribe back into the challenge. So I don't want to point fingers, but I guess the people who really screwed up were the people, well, doing the beginning part. It's a bit rude, don't you think? Well, I'm just saying, I think the people doing the running bit needed to lift their game, if you ask me. Phil, what's your take on this? I agree with Eva. I didn't even do anything in that challenge. They sat me out, and if I get voted out tonight, I will be bitter because, well, I'm a Harvard professor, Jeff, and I knew I had the right wits to be able to get a good strategy to do that staircase building properly. So yeah, I agree with Eva. The people who screwed up here are the people who did the running. So Ethan, they're pointing fingers at you because you did the collecting bit. Are you worried because, well, potentially people could take their side? I think it's a bit rude by those two because we put effort into the challenge. I mean, I understand what they're trying to say, and yes, maybe we screwed up, but I'm just saying, we put effort into that and it was a team challenge after all. I guess you're right. I don't really care because I think they're wrong. Alright, well, with that it is. Time to vote. Peter, you'll start us off. Madison, you're coming after me, and that makes us enemies. Let me tell you, this rivalry ends tonight. That was the dumbest tribal council I've ever seen. You just threw everybody under the bus. I would say it's been a pleasure, but you kind of saw it yourself. I'll tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. No? Okay, once the vote's read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Madison. Second vote, Madison. That's 2 votes, Madison. Third vote, Eva. That's 2 votes, Madison. 1 vote, Eva. 3 votes left. Fourth vote, Eva. That's 2 votes, Eva. 2 votes, Madison, meaning we are tied with 2 votes left. Fifth vote, Eva. That's 3 votes, Eva. 2 votes, Madison. 1 vote left. The sixth vote,
And the second person voted out of Survivor Patagonia.
Eva. Eva, that's 4, that's nothing tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch.
Eva, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, congratulations. That is 1 tribal down. You are now down to the correct amount, well, the original amount of castaways left, 16. You still have to survive, well, a lot more tribal councils to go. Grab your torches about to camp. Good night.
I'm just disappointed. I'm such an idiot. That's what you call don't let your emotions get the better of you.
I mean, I was just pissed off. I was pissed off at Madison because I felt like we had something going on and she just threw that away. I mean, it kind of just feels a bit sad, and I'm a bit sad because it could have been a good friendship, but it was her who put it to rest, and it's a bit disappointing, really.
I'm very disappointed. Given a little chance to calm down, I just realized I probably shouldn't have had that outburst at, well, Tribal Council, and it's completely down to that. I believe why I'm here. It probably swayed Peter and Ethan to go in a different direction.